What's good, family? So, I want to talk about the coconut water cleanse that I'm going to be starting tomorrow on the new moon. I am, this is something that's been kind of a long time coming for me. I always wanted to do a coconut water cleanse, but being in the States, you don't have access to fresh coconuts, local coconuts. These aren't like exactly local because I'm not near the beach, but they're coconuts from Guatemala. They're in the same country. They're a couple hours away probably. Versus, you know, hundreds of miles away. So yeah, this is an opportune time for me. The coconuts here are super cheap. I want to do about 8 coconuts a day, and that comes out to 50 quetzal, which is the equivalent of a little over $5. $5. That's $35 a week. So this is a way for me to save money. Also, in the last weeks that I'm here, on top of cleansing out my body, giving my body a reset, giving my mind a reset, and I feel like right now in my life is an opportune time for that. It's a great time for that because I'm gonna be going back to the States on the 28th, and when I get back to the States, I'm back to kind of just floating. I don't have a set home when I go back to the States. And, my opportunities are just basically open. My path is open. And every single time I do a cleanse, I get clarity. I also get confidence. That's another result of me doing cleanses. And my theory with that is now when it comes to chakras, I don't necessarily believe in them to the point that like I think they're that color and they're in our body and it's like a spinning, not necessarily, but I do believe in the concept of them. I do believe that they're like layers, aspects of our being. And the solar plexus chakra is connected to the stomach, to the spleen, to the gallbladder. And I've noticed that every time I cleanse, I'm working on my stomach, I'm working on my colon, that I feel more confident. And that makes sense because the solar plexus is like the seat of our confidence. That's the confidence, the self-confidence chakra, the self-power chakra. And it's the internal sun. So I always feel vibrant, I always feel confident. I also feel like as I, get the shit that's backed up in my colon out of my colon, I'm less full of shit. As I'm physiologically less full of shit, I'm also less full of shit in general. And sometimes it's been hard for me to cleanse around people because of that, because I feel like a little more loose with my lip and a little more like kind of grouchy and irritable and a little combative sometimes because of that. Things that I would usually kind of just be like, I'm not so easygoing when I'm cleansing because yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just have more self-respect, and then also just my sensitivity is higher. So I'm not really planning on being just an easygoing person forever anymore. Like I'm kind of over being easygoing. Not to say I'm gonna be an asshole, be a dick, and just be confrontational, but definitely this cleanse also is a way for me to kind of step more into myself, to gain more of a sensitivity and awareness to my emotions, to my thoughts, to my body sensations, and for direction, for guidance, because every time I cleanse I really get clear. And I get like divine synchronicities and messages all the time. Things just come together. My travel journey that's brought me through all of this beauty and all of this madness as well, that was inspired by a water fast. And every single time I've done a fast or a cleanse, some divine inspiration comes through. Now, I say fast and cleanse and I separate those things because they're different. You know, a fast is a cleanse, but a cleanse isn't necessarily a fast. A fast is completely omitting from caloric sustenance. It's just drinking water or doing dry, which I don't necessarily recommend for most people. Um, so a cleanse is you're actually using nutrition, nourishment to clean out your body, versus a fast is you're just using water and allowing your body to do its own thing, to burn things within itself. So, a fast is more of like cellular regeneration. Not that it doesn't happen on a cleanse, but it's more like cellular regeneration and like clearing out your cells, the gunk in your cells. Whereas a cleanse is more about like flushing out the physical. Not that a water fast doesn't do that, but flushing out the physical obstructions and the blockages, and also at the same time kind of nourishing yourself as well. You're still having the vitamins and the minerals, and as you're cleansing out your body, now those vitamins and minerals are able to be absorbed at a higher level, at a higher efficiency. And when you're water fasting, for instance, you're not taking in any calories, but what does happen in a water fast is that you remove the blockages, the obstructions, and I don't really know how, but somehow you also get the nutrition you need. And it might just be, I don't know exactly what it is, I'm not going to front, but there's a lot of people who go on water fast who have a nutritional deficiency, and then after the water fast, they don't. So, something going on there. I don't know. As far as I know, I can only give you pseudoscience on what I think that is. So, I'm not going to do that. But, yes, I'm doing this coconut water cleanse, and I'm going for a full moon cycle. So, that's 31 days until the next new moon. When I get back to the States, I won't have access to coconuts like I do right now. I'm going back on the 27th, like I said. So at that point, I'll transition into just a juice cleanse. And, 31 days is my minimum. I might go longer, but 31 days is what I'm committing myself to. And I'm really going to commit myself to it. I'm going to wake up every day, write down and remind myself why I'm doing this, remind myself as much as I can throughout the day to do this. You really got to have your back when you're doing a cleanse or anything, especially if the world around you is not quite supporting of it, maybe not understanding, maybe afraid of it. You got to really have your back. You got to really fortify yourself. And that means you got to spend a lot of time to yourself. You got to spend time in the rising to fortify yourself. And, sometime in the middle of the day to refortify yourself. And then before you go to sleep, set your intentions and, be consistent with that, because temptation is going to be a muff. It's going to come up hard, real hard. So you got to be really vigilant. And, I have the opportunity, the privilege of being a recording artist and having a microphone and having a program and knowing how to, mix instrumentals and, do all edit vocals and stuff like that. So I can make actual like hypnosis tracks, actual meditation tracks, affirmation tracks. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using that to assist me and like see how how beneficial that is. And then that might be something that I actually offer to the public to help them with their cleanses and their intentions. Now, I'm going to be documenting this cleanse. It won't be like an everyday thing. It'll probably be like an every 2 or 3 day thing where I'll do a check-in on like what's happening. I might even share like on my Instagram stories, just little updates here and there. But I really want to be transparent about this experience. And I want to talk about the good. I want to talk about the bad. I want to talk about the ugly. I want to talk about all that's happening to me during this process in honesty, because I don't have an intention right now. Like, I'm not trying to support a raw vegan business or a cleansing business or, a channel or whatever. I'm not doing that. Like, I really do believe in this, but if I ever end up in a situation that seems seriously dangerous, seriously off, seriously wrong, I will stop. I don't expect that to happen. I really don't think that's going to happen. But if it does, I will do the responsible thing. But what I'm not going to do is, if I start feeling some symptoms or feeling bad, be like, there's something wrong with the coconut water, or like, something's happened. Like, I'm not going to freak out about anything. I'm not going to let the obstacles and the cravings bring me out of this experience, because I know what I want. I know what is going to be on the other side of it. I feel what is going to be on the other side of it. And I can't quite explain, I do know a lot of the science of cleansing. I know the science of living foods, but we can squash all of that. Beyond the intellectual knowing, the intellectual collection of information, it's something that I feel. It is a, what's the word? It's a claircognizance. Like, I just know. I just feel it. So, whatever obstacles come up, whatever challenges, whatever difficulties come up, I want to be honest with that. I want to show that. I want to express that. I don't want to just, make it look all pretty if it's not. And maybe I don't go through that many challenges. But if I do, I'm not going to be irresponsible and hide them, Like, I want people to know at least my experience with it, not my authentic and honest experience with it, because my experience will be different than your experience. Maybe my experience is super mild compared to what will happen to you if you do this type of cleanse. Maybe my experience is dramatic compared to what will happen if you. It's all different based on our bodies, based on our, our weaknesses, based on our strengths. It's all going to be different how we are affected. Where we're at in our journey, what we were doing in the months coming into this. Now, in the months and the time coming up to this cleanse, I haven't been making the greatest decisions. So I do expect to feel the consequences of those decisions. And I'm ready. I'm ready to take them, and just breathe through them, move through them. Because that's the only way out is through. You got to get through. So I'll share more details throughout the days about, kind of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, how much I'm having, whatnot. We can do like how much weight I'm losing. I don't have a scale, but I might find a scale or something. How my movements are. Might be TMI, but there's going to be some weird stuff probably going on. My skin, my clarity, my sleep, my energy, my strength. Like, we'll go over all of those things and see how it's affected by this cleanse, improved, or how it's, going down a little bit. Be honest about either way it's going. It's going to be ups and downs, I know it. So it's a day by day thing. So, love y'all. Anybody want to hop on? Holla at me. Uncle Jasanib, Hotep family.